This truck is awesome.
Whoa, that it is. Oh, hey, what's your name?
Arya?
Arya, would you like to help me do the weather? Because I need some help.
Sure.
All right, good enough. Step on out here and let's get to it. So have you studied a lot of weather?
No.
Guess what? I saw a dog today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, HUTCH'S Weather Kid, proudly presented by Luther Family Ford in Fargo, North Dakota. Here's Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson.
Hey everybody, from the showroom floor at Luther Family Ford, I'm Hutch Johnson, and joining me today is Arya. Arya Fulkerson, step out here and tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you go to school? How old are you?
I go to Cheney Middle School and I'm 12.
Great. Do you have a favorite subject at school?
Yeah, it's social studies.
Social studies. And then what is your favorite thing to do when you're not doing school? What do you like?
My cat.
What's that?
My cat.
Your
I like
cat.
my cat.
Oh, yeah. What's your cat's name?
Leo.
Oh, wow. That's perfect. So I've got a feline forecaster at home named Leo I think we call Leo Leonardo DiCaprio. But are you ready to help with the weather today?
Yeah.
So what do you think about winter? Is it your favorite season? This is a weather map here, and we're in the middle of winter when we could get rain or snow, and we see a lot of storms moving across there. Today, our subject is talking about storms and storms that we need to watch out for. So winter storm types. Does that sound interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So have you noticed that sometimes we get a winter system move through and we don't get very much snow?
Yeah. But
And what about the ones that bring a lot of snow?
it's a lot colder.
Yeah, and it can be cold, and sometimes they're windier, and sometimes they have a lot of snow or just a little snow, right?
And a lot of ice.
A lot of ice, too. Yeah, we've had that this season already. Well, I'm going to back out, stand right behind you, and what I want you to do is point out that what that L is that's a storm. So point to everybody when they see an L on a weather map. What does that stand for?
Storm.
It's a storm. It's a low pressure center. Now, where do they come from is important because different storms that come from different places can have different results. And we're going to start talking about the different types. So storms, point and read to everybody when you look over there. What is a storm?
Storms are low pressure systems that
Excellent work. And what else?
they create clouds and precipitation.
Very good. So an L or a low or storm can create cloudy weather and we can get some snow out of it. So when there's an L on the weather map, us meteorologists and weather kids, right, we watch out for what's coming our way. Now we're going to talk about type 1. This is called a Colorado low. Do you know why we might call it a Colorado low, Arya?
It seems like it's mostly in Colorado.
That's right.
Or like it starts in Colorado.
It starts in Colorado. A lot of storms this time of the year, even in the summer, can start in Colorado. These are the number one thing on Hutch's radar when it comes to storms to watch. And we'll talk about why. What do you think the arrows mean?
It's where it's going.
Where it's going. And the storm track, the track it takes out of Colorado, means everything to whether we even get any precipitation or just a little bit or maybe nothing at all. So watching Colorado lows form is just part of it. Now let's talk about these Colorado lows and why they have the potential to make some of our biggest snow storms. Do you like it when we get a foot of snow?
Only if it means snow school.
Oh, a snow day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like snow days too when I was a kid. Arya, tell me, what does it take to make a lot of snow, do you think?
A lot of like precipitation and stuff.
Precipitation? What's precipitation come from?
The water cycle and the clouds.
Water cycle. So we got to have moisture in the air. And Colorado lows, because of the circulation they make, draw on air from the Gulf of Mexico. That air is what? What does it say?
Moist air.
Moist air gets blown all the way up into our area. And because they bring their own moisture, these Colorado lows can be the more common producers of 1 foot of snow in our area and other parts of the country. So Colorado lows are kind of a big deal. Now, let's talk about the next type of system. Read it off the top, point to it, tell me what it is.
It's an Alberta Clipper.
Good. And then the arrows mean what?
Where it's going.
Yeah, these storms usually are born in Alberta. Now, I want you to tell me something. Is it closer to Fargo from Alberta, or is Fargo closer to Colorado?
It's closer to Alberta.
It's closer to Alberta. So when these storms move to North Dakota, they haven't lived that long, so they're pretty young yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
A lot of these storms are not as mature. The storm track matters, and we would end up with more snow if the low takes the south track. Point to the track that's to the south of us if you can.
It's headed towards more Minneapolis area, maybe
That's right.
Chicago.
Okay, so if an Alberta clipper moves up and moves south of Fargo, we could get some snow trouble. We had one of those a couple of weeks ago that produced a fair amount of snow. Now, let's take a look at this. Now we're going to test a little bit about what these Alberta clippers do. They don't make as much snow, and one of the reasons why is that same factor. Moisture. We got to have water. Tell me what happens to that moist air that's coming with this system. What happens to it on this graphic? What do you see?
It starts getting less moist and turns dry.
That's right. So can you go over there and point? We practice moving at the wall. Go right over there and point to where the air gets drier.
It gets drier about right here.
About right there. Do you know what in our country is right about here? What is that?
Right about there's like mountains and
Wait,
desert.
louder, please.
Right about there's like mountains and desert. Like,
Yes.
down
What?
desert.
You are one smart cookie. I'll tell you why. It's those mountains that dry the air out. The air goes up those mountains and it loses all of its moisture in the mountains. By the time it comes back down, it's drier and warmer. So these Alberta clippers, usually I say, they're more blow than snow. We get a little bit of snow. Sometimes, though, if we have a lot of moist air over us in place, then they can be a problem. So those are a couple of the things, a couple types of storms. Watch the L. What kind of L low is that that you see down there by Colorado again?
That's a Colorado low.
Look at where it tracked. It went right up into Minnesota. And what happened in our area? What's that blue stuff?
Snow.
Snow. Not cotton candy? No, it's snow. Here's another system. This is an example of the other type, the type 2 Alberta clipper. Do you see where it's coming from?
Yeah, over by the coast.
Yep, over by the coast.
And up there.
And that one made a lot of snow. This one just moved through a couple weeks ago, and I had to shovel. Do you do the shoveling at your house?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, you would. What do you think? Was it easy to be a weather kid? Where do you sign up? You can come to Luther Family Ford here to the showroom during normal business hours, or what's that bottom line say over there?
HUTCH'SWeather.com, Weather Kid.
That's right. So, love to have you sign up at home and tell the kids at home whether you think it was worth coming today. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a really good time.
Good. Well, and you were a big help too, because you know what? You learned a little bit about the weather. You helped teach me that I have a fun job and it's fun to do my job. So thanks a lot for helping me out, Ariana. Hope to see you here at Luther Family Ford helping me do the weather. For now, have a wonderful night and we'll talk again very soon.